Hey team, a very good morning. Welcome back to another daily market outlook. Slightly later than normal, but we still have quite some updates for you here. Now, your USD is still consolidating and stuck within a range where we're forming lower highs and higher lows. As we can see, higher low, lower high, and yeah, we're just actually kind of like in the middle of a range here at the moment, stuck between taking out the highs, heading down lower, or potentially taking out the lows and then heading up higher again. For me, Euro USD is just moving sideways and not currently at an area of interest, and this is perfectly fine, guys, because in my backtest, more than often I have seen that we have had periods where, for example, 3, maybe even 4 weeks, I have not taken a single trade. Now, personally, my last trade that I took was right over here on around the 13th of November. So me sitting here on the sidelines for Euro USD is nothing out of the ordinary. I'm just waiting for us to have a more clear direction on where the market wants to be heading next. And that will be either once we take out, let's say, this trend line in towards the upside, that we can look for potential shorts, or once we take out the lows here of the trend line, that we can then look for a potential long again, okay? So waiting for this to play out, and yeah, furthermore, just sitting on the sidelines. Overall market structure on Euro USD here on the 4-hour time frame remains bearish, with here a break of structure in towards the downside, this here being the internal high, part of the overall impulsive phase that we've had here in towards the downside. So for a short, I need us to break the high and then we can head down lower or take out that high. And for a long, we need to take out this low and then we can trade the potential pullback back in towards the upside. So yeah, waiting for that to happen. Now, looking at the dollar index is looking more bearish than bullish at the moment. As we can see, we are currently situated inside a 4-hour supply zone. Looking here to the left, I don't really see anything that, yeah, ultimately I would like to, let's say, cause the overall next impulse in towards the highs here on the dollar index. Dollar index has had a weak low formed over here. Why is this a weak low? Because it failed to break the high or put in a new higher high. If this was really a strong low, then price right over here would put in a new higher high. So the market here on the dollar index also doesn't really know what it wants, guys. And the internal trend remains here bearish, with this supply now being in control, the monthly open still being here. If we break that high, maybe we can take out this high again. So looking for something like this. Otherwise, for now, in the immediate term, we could still see some further downside. But for myself, again, guys, the dollar is slightly unclear. Now, moving on into GBP USD, we can see that the pound against the dollar has been pushing down lower again after taking out a bump in the road, which is situated over here. This is now causing another drive down lower. Now, for myself, after the budget announcement on Wednesday, the pound still remains weak. So I'm still looking for GBP shorts, though I'm not sure if GBP USD is the best expression for that. I'll be monitoring what happens here, but GU for myself is still relatively unclear, though I do know that I want to be looking for further downside. That is, yeah, pretty much it. For the rest, we've retraced into the 0.5 fib to precision, again, rejecting that. So who knows, we could head down lower from here. A potential good, let's say, short would just be entering on the 0.5 fib with the stops above the highs, targeting a new lower low. But then obviously the risk to reward is not really there on that, though I do still expect GU to head down lower in the near to medium term future. Now, moving on into AUD USD. AU has been pushing up higher again from the lows of the range that it is currently situated in. For myself, I would have been looking for longs if we took out the lowest low over here and then looked for a further long in towards the upside. Currently, it is in the middle of the range, meaning, guys, that if you were to draw a range trading tool here on this area of consolidation, you're trading exactly on the 0.5 fib. Now, it's never ideal to enter on the 0.5 fib itself when you're trading within a range. So again, AUD USD is in no man's land. If it heads up higher, takes out all of these descending highs, then we could look for a short again. If it takes out the lowest low, meaning we take out the low here, then you could look for a long again on the bullish confirmation. Now, moving on into entity USD, my personal favorite out of these dollar pairs. I'm looking for a retracement down lower from this monthly open. We can see that after hitting the yearly open, and if you zoom out real quick, you can clearly see that the yearly open always acts as an area of strong resistance, which is this blue line here, or in this particular situation as a strong support. The overall 4-hour market structure has shifted from bearish to bullish. You can see that the bearish impulsive phases have now shifted to us having a bullish impulsive phase. I'm waiting for us now to take out the internal liquidity situated here, and from there I'll be looking for our next potential long opportunity. Going into USD CAD, which is my favorite USD pair at the moment, I'm looking for this also to potentially head up higher still. We've taken out some internal liquidity that we had situated over here, and I'm now simply waiting for the dollar to choose its direction, but it still makes sense for this to head up higher to form a new higher high and take out all of these, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4 highs. Okay, so still waiting for this to head up higher. In the immediate term, it could still head down lower one more time, but I am looking for further upside. This is a nice strong low to trade off because it liquidated this low here and this low here, so looking for further upside on USD CAD still. USD CHF is still stuck in a range for myself. Not trading this at the moment. I would prefer to trade USD CAD. Furthermore, yeah, it's not in an ideal position. Like shorts are obviously kind of like favorite as we're in the premium of the range, though Swiss pairs just have such high swaps at the moment, and with this consolidative market, I wouldn't recommend trading USD Swiss. Going into USD JPY, USD JPY, I'm still looking for further upside as the yen still remains weak, though I would need us to head down lower towards this blue dotted line here, which is liquidity from where we can look in the near future for some more longs. Finally, we have gold. Gold has also been moving consolidative. Yesterday, obviously, we had the bank holiday. Overnight, we've seen some increased volatility. I'm waiting for a dump down lower on gold to this black line, from where I'll be looking for another long opportunity, following the overall immediate internal trend here that we have on our chart. So waiting for a retracement down in towards liquidity, in towards the 0.5 fib, to then look for a potential long opportunity. So we have some top picks here, which are gold and NZD USD and USD CAD. Let's keep an eye if we get a setup presented to ourselves, and I'll keep you guys posted inside Discord. Thanks for watching as always, and wish you all a fantastic day.